friends, family, subscribers, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over the Storm Fate. I would have said brand new, but obviously I've been out of the game for a little bit. Haven't been able to do a video here for a while, but we're here to talk about the Storm Fate. Now, finally, it's better late than never. Before we dive into that, though, let's just give you guys a simple reminder here to like the channel. Like the video if you do enjoy the video. Subscribe to the channel as well if you have not done so already, and also hit that bell notification to remind yourself and give yourself a reminder when my new videos come out. We got a couple more videos planned here, so make sure you hit that subscription button and hit that bell to be notified when I put out new content. I know that 80% of you guys are not subscribed, so again, just do me a solid, hit that subscription button. It would be greatly appreciated. Also, a huge thank you to Storm and I Am Bowling. As you can see here, wearing a Storm shirt made by I Am Bowling. And you can use my promo code down here. It'll be FireOut07. You can use that at checkout of I Am Bowling and save 20% off of all of your order, except for bowling balls. They do sell bowling balls, but that promo code is only good if you're buying apparel. So again, huge thank you to Storm, I Am Bowling. They're a huge reason and a huge part of what I do for you guys, and I'm extremely honored and humbled to be part of their teams. Again, I Am Bowling just has the usual jerseys, but they also have t-shirts like you see I'm wearing here, long sleeves, hoodies, and now bowling balls as well. So again, just make sure you head over, check them out, maybe purchase a Storm bowling ball off their website as well. But let's dive into the Storm Fate. The layout that I have for you guys is 40 by 4.5 by 65, and the pattern is a 41-foot typical house shot. All right, here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into this Storm Fate. Now, where I was playing with this Fate is I think I was standing right around board 22, 23, so a couple left of the middle dot and throwing towards the third arrow on this first game here. So probably around 15 or so, getting the ball out to just outside of second arrow. Or I'm sorry, just outside of first arrow on that shot. But anyways, let's talk about the most important thing when you're buying a Storm bowling ball, and that is obviously the smell. Now, obviously, I'm kidding about that, but the smell of this ball is Cherry Berry Smoothie, which smells really, really good, but not as good as the Storm, or I'm sorry, as the Trend 2 that we're going to talk about a little later on. The cover of this Fate is the REX cover. This is the 5th time this cover has ever been used, and the 4th stateside, so it's a pretty prominent cover in the States here. Not too much overseas use for this cover, but it is a really prominent cover and a really good one in my opinion. It's the 3rd strongest cover that Storm offers, and it comes with the Reactigloss finish out of box. The core for this Fate is the F8 core, otherwise known as probably the Fate core. I think that's, there's probably a reason they named it the F8 core, because it's only available in this Fate. So like I mentioned, it's the first time it's ever been used. It's the 13th strongest core out of 29 that Storm offers, and the RG is 252 with a differential of 053, and those are all in 15 pounds. Next here, after this current shot here, or actually this current shot is going to be with the Trend 2. Now obviously you could see, or at least I hope you guys could see, that the Trend 2 is certainly a lot smoother, and I certainly had to work my right a little bit more. I think I even got right of the the middle dot. But anyways, this Trend 2, the smell is orange something. I can't exactly pronounce the second word there, but it does smell orange, and this is probably honestly one of my favorite scents from Storm. I'm a big fan of all these orange scents. But this has the NRG hybrid cover on there. It was the 9th time it was used in the 4th stateside. And the core in this Trend 2 is the Piston LD core. It was the first and only time this core was used. It was the 22nd strongest core out of 29. It came out of box at a 1500 grit polish, and in 15 pounds the RG was 254 and the differential was 041. Hopefully you guys again are seeing with that nasty trip 4 pin there. Gotta love it. Hopefully you guys are able to see, again, like I said before, that the Trend 2 was a little bit smoother than that Fate. But that's not to say that it sacrifices on performance. I certainly like the way this ball rolled, and that's kind of the way I had it drilled up too. So these are entirely different drillings that I have in both of these balls. The Trend 2 was drilled pin up and fairly aggressive. I think it was like two pretty low numbers, at least for my standards. I think it was like a 40 by 5 by 30 or something like that, fairly aggressive. And the Fate was pinned down, and we kind of went over that drilling before. Now with this Fate, I'm averaging 221 with it for 13 games. I do like this Fate. I like it in my hand. If I would have picked up all my makeable spares, I'd be averaging 224 with it. But obviously you can't take those spares back. But this Fate, I would say, was certainly a little bit more versatile inside than maybe what that Trend 2 was. Before I did jump inside, I did hit mainly the Fate with some 3000, just to get it to come around the corner a little better. Would have been sick if that Messenger would have carried that. Trend 2, I mostly just hit the bow ties with it. But again, and not to get it wrong, both balls are actually, the Trend 2 is more of a hybrid cover. Fate was more of a pearl, but both balls, because they came shiny, if you threw it through the oil, they didn't exactly have enough traction to turn the corner, and it kind of it needed friction a little bit more. It needed a drier part for it to react. And there you can see it with the Trend 2 as well. So not exactly a ball that you can watch the 6 spare, by the way. I don't know when I would have converted it like that. I think that's the best pickup, but both balls certainly need some friction, need some dry oil to turn the corner. All right, so you saw the Storm Fate and the Trend 2 roll down the lanes, and I think you guys could see that the Fate is probably a little bit stronger than the Trend 2, and I think the stats and the numbers kind of would support that theory. First impressions of the Fate, though, however, is it reminded me a lot of the Infinite Physics. Almost the exact same shape. I have both my Infinite Physics and my Fate drilled up the same. They both have the REX cover. They're fairly similar balls. The Fate might be just a hair weaker, but I think motion-wise, I certainly see probably the same motions out of this Fate as I did in that Infinite Physics as well. I also drilled up a pin-up version, like this last weekend. Drilled up a pin-up version of that Fate. I put different pitches in there. I'm trying to work on, working on my pitches a little bit, trying to get out of the ball a little bit cleaner, and maybe be up the back of the ball a little bit more instead of getting around it. But regardless, I think that one might even have a little bit better shape. I think it's a little earlier, has a little bit more motion overall, and maybe a touch more, kind of overall hook than, what that pin down version is. It's a little tamer in the back part of the lane, but still more than enough to get through the pins. I think the Fate is a very good, it reads the mid lanes very, very well, and I think is certainly probably a step down from that Infinite Physics, but also a step up from a ball like the Trend 2 would have been, or, certainly some of those lower tier sort of balls, like the High Road and some sort of IQ or something like that. So I think it perfectly fits kind of in the middle there. So that kind of ties back to who's it for? And I would say everybody. I would say this is a true benchmark ball. I think this would be, if you drilled it fairly aggressively, I think this would be more than enough for a low rev player, but I think a high rev player would absolutely love this ball as well. Like I said, I think it reads that mid lane very, very well. It has great mid lane shape, also gets through the pins incredibly well. So, usually you kind of cringe a little bit when you hear reads the mid lane very well, because then you think, oh, it's not going to have enough energy down lane. I'm going to leave 10 pins, I'm going to leave 8 pins, 7 pins, that sort of thing. And that's quite frankly not the case. This ball is phenomenal. gets through the pins very, very well, reads the mid lanes very, very well. And like I said, it's a true benchmark ball, and I think you would be happy to have it in your bag, in your arsenal, whether it's a 3-ball arsenal, 6-ball arsenal, or 40-ball arsenal. It would really kind of rise to the top, and it's a great ball. So let me know down in the comments down below. Do you have a Fate? Are you getting one? Let me know down in the comments down below. Up next, we have the Zen U. We have the Exotic Gem. Looking forward to reviewing those for you guys. But until the next video, good luck and good bowling.